welcome back to Movie Fridays. So, I decided that since I love the first two Terminator films, and I saw that 3 was okay, I had decided to take a look at the 4th movie in the Terminator franchise. Yet again, another one that doesn't involve James Cameron. But here's the difference. While the first two Terminator movies are great and fantastic at what they do, this movie, on the other hand, this is Terminator Salvation, otherwise known as Terminator 4. Essentially, this takes place in the year 2018. Wait, that's next year! Wow, how time flies. And I can't wait for this event to happen. The same way can be said for Rollerball. But let's get down to brass tacks and knuckles with this film. In the year 2018, the resistance against Skynet and the war against machines is raging on. It's a tough war, and John Connor, played by Christian Bale, God, I can't even know him without thinking back to Batman. He's, of course, the leader of the resistance. What happens in the process is John Connor is looking out and about for the one known as Kyle Reese, who is located somewhere in California. At least, what's left of California, that is. In this time zone, I should say, because keep in mind, the future is completely and utterly different between each decade. So one moment we have the 80s being invaded by the future and so on and so forth. What happens here is that a rogue character that we saw in the beginning of the movie that was apparently a prisoner, but somehow he's managed to reincarnate himself into or at least managed to last long during the apocalypse, is out and about and goes in to try and get John Connor over there. John Connor, Kyle Reese! Jeez, can't even remember stuff today. Is that our prisoner from the year or whatever the film took place in the beginning of somehow managed to live on in 2018, and he goes out finding the one called Kyle Reese. As he's grabbing him and gathering information about him, the Resistance manages to find them. But sad news is that Kyle Reese and a little kid have gotten kidnapped by Skynet and are about to be executed in their slaughterhouse. But here's where it gets interesting. So after one of the Resistance members winds up coming across our protagonist for the film, they're just walking around and about getting back to the base, but as it turns out, and this is the twist for the movie, he is apparently reincarnated into a machine. Yeah, reincarnated into a Terminator. Okay. What should I even say to all of this? I mean, it was big and obvious in the trailers, because when it came out, the trailers made it look really cool and everything, but after knowing the trailer so much, I kind of feel spoiled. I mean, an idea they would probably have is if in the beginning of the film or whatever, at the middle of it, we wind up finding out wind up gathering this man up who's been severely injured, But as they go and do surgery on him, it turns out to be an actual Terminator. And that could have been something of good use. It could have done something there, but this is... yeah. This is stupid. So stupid. Why do the marketing people decide they want to do something like this to a very own animated to a feature-length movie that the advertising department likes to decide they like to build twists upon, and then add those twists inside the trailer? First this film, then the next thing you know, we wind up finding out with Terminator Genesis in the second trailer. And I keep going on and on about these trailers and keep spinning back and forth because all of this is fucking stupid! Sorry. I just don't know how to react to all of this. I hate when advertising departments, the people who put the movies out for trailers and everything and advertisements, decide they go and do this. It's just wrong. But to make matters worse, the film, when I saw it for the first time, and by the time I'm recording this is the first time, the film, oh god, there were so many freaking, like, characters being idiots, certain scenarios that are just goofy and stupid, and cliches I'm very familiar with, such as shooting everything except the protagonist. And I've known this cliche before. If you saw my Blues Brothers 2000 review a long time ago, I basically poked fun at that cliche. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me give you a quick summary of the scene. So, Elwood and the little kid or whatever are gathering up the band, and they wind up coming across Alan, who is now a funeral, sort of a person that runs a funeral parlor. And they wind up coming across him, and they're trying to convince him to go over. By usual, he is a stubborn self and doesn't want to be involved with it. However, John Goodman and Elwood decide to insult the Russians as they run out of there, and the Russians pull out the weapons and shoot everything else except the Bluesmobile. That is where the cliche of shoot everything except blank cliche is where, at least to my acknowledgement, is where it starts. It could be like older films, like I Think I Know Die Hard, kinda sorta did it, I don't know. Been a while since I last saw that film, because apparently people say it's a Christmas film, because it takes place around Christmas, but still! All the characters are dumb, the cliches are all over the place. I feel like I've seen this story a bunch of times, and although it kind of makes sense on how they find Reese and bring him to the Resistance to help them bring him back in time to Sarah Connor when she was just around a teen or a young adult? I don't know. But they do that, and I don't know what happens afterwards. They wind up sending Arnold into the first film to be the one that kills her, to kill her before John Connor. Then we've got one that protects him, while the other one is like a more powerful version of him. And actually, I just realized that. How cool would it have been if we actually somewhat got to see, like, some of the teleportation if that even is a word, on how they sent all of these Terminators into the past. I mean, we could see, like, maybe Arnold twice, maybe 3 times for that matter, or like the T-1000 or the TX, whatever. Do that. I mean, just everything about this movie is stupid. I could have some source material for this if I actually did do an episode of The Ferb Guy on this, though I don't think I'll be able to aim towards 2018 for that. I want to try to aim for more perfectionary. I actually have stuff down properly. All that good stuff. So, this is... yeah. As you can tell, I don't like it. I could probably see why there's the mixed and negative reviews that are happening on Rotten Tomatoes with this film. Is it one I'm going to see again? No. Except for when I review it as the Ferb Guy, then possibly. But you can tell by this point that I'm probably not going to remember Terminator Salvation in probably a day. Maybe a week or a month or a year, depends on the time frame of my memory. Now with that in mind, if I review this, and a lot of you are going to ask me if I'm going to review Terminator Genisys, it depends if it's still up on Amazon Video, because apparently all the Paramount, MGM, and Lionsgate films end up there. So I'm probably going to need to look that up as I get time and whatever. But since I'm doing it right now, I'll let you guys know. So I just want to hear from you guys. Terminator Salvation, have you seen it? What did you think about it? And if you did see the movie and the trailers before seeing this, did you think the trailer kind of sort of spoiled everything that you were looking forward to in the film? Whatever your thoughts are, comment below and let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, well, just wait until the end slate if you want to see more. That is, if I am up to editing the end slate. But anyways, I'm the Ferb Guy, and I'll see you guys for the next movie. Oh, gosh darn it!